Hey you guys, so I am super nervous, but I was asked to go live. I am slightly cheating because I'm actually doing a video. And I am like really nervous. I am always behind the scenes. I like being behind the scenes, but I am being pushed out of my comfort zone. And that's kind of like what my blog is about. It's about coming out of your comfort zone. So I'm going to talk to you. Normally on my blogs, like I normally post a quote. So this is from the book Unlearn 101 Simple Truths for a Better Life. And I'm on number 49. I normally tell people that like anytime that you pick this book up, it does not matter like where you start in the book because you will find something that's relevant to maybe something that you just recently experienced or something that you're experiencing currently. So, number 49 says, you can't protect your bubble. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to go into the part that is important for what we're going to discuss, okay? We all feel fear, and that's okay. My only beef is the ignorant bubbles we build to protect ourselves from the things we fear. The fear of uncomfortable ideas and uncomfortable situations and uncomfortable places rob us of the amazing potential we all have. So, we're just going to talk about this. For me, my fear is being judged. Um, so, I am not judgmental. I just don't deal with people. My job does not require for me to deal with people, which is always like a great thing. I do not have to be nice to you. Only thing I have to do is legally do what my job entails for me to do. Like I do not have to be like, oh my God, um, ma'am, can you no? Like when I talk to you, it's just kind of like I totally understand. So, can you get me the information that I'm asking for? And once you're able to provide that information, I'll follow back up with you. I'll send you a letter out in the mail and you'll get that. And once you get it, then you can just go ahead and fill it out and respond back. Oh, have your attorney to give me a call. No problem. Like I'm not required to do any of those things. Um, but my mom always says that like I'm like Capital One, the Capital One commercial back in the day where it was just like no, 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 is me. And most of the time people don't even get that because when they see me, I always have this smile on my face. I guess you would say that I'm slightly inviting. I don't really see it that way, but I guess you could say that. But in in my life, I'm just kind of I'm me. I like to do my own thing and I just keep it moving. I'm a loner. Um, but my fear of being judged keeps me at a place where basically I could go out and do more, but I won't do it because the fact that like I don't want someone to judge me for doing it. Um, I don't like rejection. So I don't want anybody to tell me no. And there are so many people that are like me and like for them it's kind of like comfortable, you kind of become complacent in that, where things are just kind of like, what, this is what it is. Like I'm just not going to do that. I am always known for pushing other people to come out of their comfort zone. If they say, oh, Shinka, da 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 da, and I'm just like, oh, you can do it. Like, don't let that stop you. No, you go for that because you are capable of doing this. And I'm always just kind of like push, 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 push. However, don't you push me. And there's probably more than just me out there that is the same way. So now working on coming out of my comfort zone. So you notice how at the beginning of the video I was like really, really nervous and now I'm just like really cool and calm. Uh That's kind of like me. So right now, that's what I'm doing. I am coming out of my comfort zone. I am conquering my fear of being judged and actually allowing people to see who I am, because it is okay to be who you are. You know, um, don't allow your fear to keep you where you really don't want to be. You know, I know I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and she was telling me about how, she's just ready to move. She's just tired of the location where she's at. She just wants to go somewhere else. She wants to start over, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, girl, go ahead and do it. Like, just do it. Look what I did. I mean, I'm on the other side of the country, blah, 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 but if I had my way, would I've actually ended up over on the other side of the country? No, I would not have. I probably would have actually stayed like either in Atlanta or in North Carolina, like somewhere in North Carolina, but it wouldn't have been where I grew up at, but I would have been somewhere in North Carolina, and then I would have been in Atlanta. However, I am like in Arizona. So picture that, like how life actually, changed. My biggest fear, another one, was mountains. Never seen a mountain before a day in my life. I kid you not. I've never seen a mountain. And so I just always knew I was scared of them. My ex-husband, one time, we had gotten into this really bad argument, and he was like all over the place. Like he was livid. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm just done. I'm totally over this. Like, I'm done. It was a marriage meant for disaster anyway. Like, it's a whole entire recipe. Like, literally, I can go into details about that, but not this time. So, in the process of doing that, and we were going through our going throughs, I ended up basically he called me and he had asked me to go to the mountains with him. And I was thinking to myself, like, well, we just had this argument and now you want to go to the mountains? Now, me having this fear of mountains and him knowing that I have a fear of mountains and I watch horror movies, I'm thinking to myself, like, he's going to kill me. Like, I'm not going. He's not going to kill me. This is not going to happen. Well, needless to say, I did not go. Well, when I was going to Arizona, I like called my friend because my friend's there. I'm like, hey, look, I'm going to Arizona. He was like, really? He's like, when are you going to be here? I was like, I cannot be too far away from you. And I'd never been to Arizona before. Never. So he's like, oh, yeah, you're going to be okay. So then I was like, are there mountains in Arizona? And he was like, oh yeah, plenty of them. And I was like, oh wait, you know that I'm scared of mountains, right? And he was like, oh, you're gonna be okay, don't worry about it. And literally, I was in Texas. I was close to El Paso, Texas. And I told him, I said, I'm going to turn around and I am going back because I don't do mountains. I am not taking this job. I am not going out there. I don't do mountains. I am afraid of mountains. And he's on the phone, like trying to encourage me to go. He's like, you know what, Shinka, I'll be on the phone with you the whole time. And I'm like, no. I was like, you're going to have to come down the mountain and come get me. Like, have somebody to get in the car with you, drive all the way down, come get me, and then drive me all the way up. He's like, Shinka, that's like 13 hours. I was like, I don't care. I don't care how long it takes. However long it takes is however long it's going to be. But I need you to do this for me. So needless to say, I am going through my first mountain that looks like a bunch of boulders, and it's like going straight up into the air, and I'm in my car and I'm just like and I'm on the phone with him, and all of a sudden my phone dies. Like, not die, but more like I have no reception. It just cuts off. And I'm like trying to call him back. I have no reception. I am just literally, so now I'm like hitting the button on my car, like, okay, my Sirius XM is not working anymore. And like my anxiety is like through the roof. So I'm like, and then when I get to the top and I look down and I'm like, oh, that's so pretty. And next thing I know, my car's going down and I'm like, oh my God. But I made it. Okay. I made it and I overcame that, you know. And if I had not done that, I would not be in a position that I'm in today. I was able to pave the way for a lot of people who actually were looking to do something different. But if I never did something different, they wouldn't have known about doing anything different. They would have actually done the same thing. So it was kind of like a blessing for me to be able to actually do that. So what I'm going to say is that if there's something that you want to do, don't allow your fears to actually stop you from doing that. Whatever it is. Sometimes we worry about what people are going to think or what they're going to say, but guess what? Those people are going to think and they're going to say regardless. Even if you do everything that they tell you to do, they're still going to have something bad or negative to say about what you're doing. At least if you're doing something that you want to do, that is going to be good for you and the betterment of you, then you do that. And if they have anything to say about it, let them talk. Let them say whatever it is, because at the end of the day, this is your life and you only get this life once. You only get this life one time. Your spirit may go on forever. Some people say you may go to heaven, you may go to hell after you die. I believe in reincarnation, so I believe that your spirit will continue to live on. However, I don't argue those things. But just know that if you're only here once, then you enjoy this one time, and you make the best out of all of those moments that you get every time you can, and if there's something that you really want to do it, and don't be afraid about what people think, because guess what? Everybody has an opinion, but only one person's opinion matters. That's yours. Be blessed.